Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Mckola and Howson Uncensored. We are back.
Uncensored?
Well, you've been censored this week.
Dangerous.
Yeah, so, shut up, eh?
Okay.
How about that? We're here to go through our predictions from last season's Premier League table. So it's probably about, when did we do these? Last July? June?
Before the season started?
When did the season start?
Who cares?
I've forgotten already. So we did these a year ago now.
We predicted it. It happened. It's over.
That's exactly what. And now we're going to go through them and find out what we got right, what we got wrong. Just from looking at the table right there, I can see Steve got 4 teams in the correct positions. I got 4 teams in the correct positions. So from that perspective, quite even. But we'll go through them and we'll go from the bottom and we'll see what's what. Screaming out at me right now, when we look at that relegation zone, I've got to say sorry to David Moyes, don't I?
I had them in 15th, right? So I didn't think they were going to be European contenders, but relegated our kid.
Come on, everyone, even West Ham fans at that point. I'm sure we could find some tweets somewhere. West Ham fans wouldn't have predicted West Ham to finish.
Bottom half.
I think West Ham fans predicted them to go down as well. David Moyes, they didn't like him, you know.
I know, but no.
Remember how he left last time? Like, they didn't like David Moyes. And I thought with all that in consideration, we also thought fans would come back in.
That's true.
And West Ham have been out by fans. No fans have been allowed.
Weirdly, they have, yeah.
Because you know he would have been under mad pressure, right?
And probably would have crumbled because I think when the pressure's really on with him, he folds like a cheap snakes on ladders board.
And earlier on in the season, when they weren't getting a few results, that would have happened. Now, look, if you would have told me at the start of the season West Ham will have Jesse Lingard, I would have put them in the top 4, mate.
No. But they were also hovering into that top 4 at one point, then it all kind of wheels came off. Do you know what happened? The pressure got on and Moyes crumbled again.
Do you think that's what makes... Because you know how Arsenal used to have this thing about them where they'd be rubbish all season, end of the season look really good because no pressure was on. Like, you could say the same about this Man United team. We look better when there's less pressure on. Like,
not necessarily.
Is that a thing about some teams? Like, they're just...
It definitely is. Do you know the thing with Arsenal was? I think Arsenal was great. They weren't shit and then when the pressure was off, just suddenly got good. They were pretty good for the whole season. But when the crunch time came, they couldn't do it. But they'd done enough previously to keep them in the top 4, essentially. I remember so many times, I think the Eduardo season, when he did his thingy, right? And it was like, I remember seeing an article saying, this Arsenal team's going to win the quadruple. And you're like, what are you sniffing? No.
You do that, though, don't you? You know, when you're in, like, what was I talking about the other day? So you remember when we beat Arsenal in the Champions League on the way to the final? Yeah. Ronaldo and all that stuff. But if we look back at that Arsenal team now, you think, yeah, of course we beat them. We're better than them. But at that time, in that moment...
Frimpong's as good as Ronaldo.
Yeah, we were thinking, like, these are a good side. Like, these are good, you know. And it's always in the moment, like, your team can be the best in the world, and you think, we're not that good, are we? We're going to get found out in a minute. Like, because you're living it day to day.
You only see the greatness in retrospect.
Yeah.
So it's achieved, like, 1999, the treble was on about 30 seconds after it was on.
Yeah.
It was only on then. It was never really on. I don't remember any talk of it in the build-up to it.
There was 1 or 2 articles and things like that. And Fergie, I remember, I see it more now. I didn't realise it at the time. I was 10. But like watching back now, some of the interviews, Fergie was asked early on, can you win all 3? And like, he never really said no, but he would never allude into the fact we could either. So what we're trying to say here is David Moyes' team are stronger in hindsight. And yeah, I was madly wrong. You got 9. You still?
Yeah, I was 9 out. I thought bottom half for sure.
Who went down in the end?
Surprised me. It was West Brom.
Fulham.
It was Fulham, and it was Sheffield United who both of us, me a touch more, 10 points out. I mean, so your worst one, West Ham, miles off. Your next worst one, Sheffield United with 9 off. Mine was Sheffield United with 10 off. That was my worst one overall.
We're both our worst ones, isn't it?
Yeah, both are.
West Ham
so
madly wrong.
I had that completely the opposite way around. Wheels came off royal for them though, Sheffield United.
What happened there? You spoke to Chris Wilder this season. I know you couldn't speak much on the show about Sheffield United because
this is uncensored, so I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, let us know what he was saying.
We did an interview with him, and we got told because of the legal issues, like his payoff and things like that, he's not necessarily allowed to talk about certain things in relation to Sheffield United. No one told him no, right? Because that's all he wanted to talk about. So when we got like the edit afterwards, we was like, it's about 44 seconds of this that we can use.
Oh man, that reminds me of Giggsy when I interviewed him in South Africa, and before we went in, because we were having breakfast, like we were spending days together. Before we went in, he went to me, "Don't ask me about Gareth Bale because I can't talk about him." I went, "All right, no problem, Giggsy. I won't ask you about Gareth Bale because I don't know if you know, I like you, not Gareth Bale." So we were talking to him and that. And then at the end, I went to him, right, so you can sign any players for Manchester United. Who are you signing? And he went into this long spiel about Gareth Bale for 5 minutes. And I'm there like, this ain't making it. And he just carried on. And then after he came to me, he was like, can you cut that out? And I was like, well, yeah, I knew it was going to make it, bruv. Like, I knew it weren't going to make it. You spoke about it. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you think they just like to say, I don't want to talk about that, so that you...
I don't know. Like, whenever I sit down and do a warm down with someone, I always say this. Listen, it's not live, so we can cut anything out that you don't want. I'm not here to, like, trip anyone up, trying to make friends, trying to make connections. So I don't mind giving you full approval on the edit. And Martin Edwards was one that we did that with. And we started talking about director of football. He started talking about Ed Woodward. I'm thinking, I've got a 44 million view video here. And then he went, do you mind if we take all that out? And I was like, yeah, all right.
Happened with Jess as well.
Fuck.
When we did Chippy Chat, yeah. I spoke to him for about 20 minutes about his mental health. We got told to take that out of the edit. We released the video the same week. There was an interview with him about his mental health somewhere. And it was like, we had the exclusive. Yeah. And we weren't allowed to use it. Anyway, Jess, that's your fault.
So yeah, I mean, Chris, it was a very good chat with Chris Wilder, to be fair. It's a shame of what happened with him.
What do you, if sum it up, if you could just list a couple of things, what do you think went wrong for Sheffield United?
No, he never said. I would say, I don't think they replaced Dean Henderson. I don't think that really counts for it. I think they rode their luck a lot last year. Sometimes what happens, and this happens with young players and this happens with new teams, you don't have the scouting on them. So they surprise you. Now, come the end of a season, usually, people start to figure you out. It happens sometimes with Manchester City and people like that. A slightly new variation on what they're doing shocks everyone. By the end of the season, people have seen one or two teams beat them and gone, oh, that's how you beat them. I think Sheffield United was probably a perfect storm of losing some quite influential players. The Premier League is a moving train. And if you ain't moving along, you're being left behind. You stand still and you're miles behind. And I don't think they were moving quick enough. I don't think they didn't bring in any quality footballers.
And even like their replacement for Henderson, Ramsdale, he was awful at the start of the season. Yeah. Got better as the season progressed.
I just think you live and die on your recruitment.
Brewster, flop massively.
Yeah, and big money flop as well. Relatively big money flop for.
Did you know the thing about Brewster though? I see him going back to wasn't he at Swansea or something and just scoring again?
We'll get to talk about Chelsea, I'm sure, in a little bit. I am almost tempted to put on Werner top scorer next year.
I don't see that. I just don't think he's a natural goal. I do think he's a good footballer, but I don't think he's a natural goal scorer. So in the bottom three, we got.
Fulham was shit though.
You got Crystal Palace bottom there, bro.
All right.
You thought Roy Hodgson was going to go out with a relegation? You thought wrong, mate.
The guy's 702 years old.
Yeah. And you know what I love about Roy Hodgson? He was clearly resigning and retiring from football, but he just said, I'm leaving this job. It's like he didn't want to admit it to himself. Because then it's downhill, isn't it? Just admitting it, I'm done.
They're talking that they're going to get Nuno Santo. Wild appointment if they do.
I don't see that working,
I do.
You do?
I do, yeah. I think they've got a banging academy there at Crystal Palace, and I think he could be the man to do. I might be wrong, but I think he could be the man to do some bits with them.
Anyway, moving on further up, you got Newcastle there. Listen, mate, Newcastle finished a bit better than that. I'll have you know.
When are they going to respect Steve Bruce?
Put some
Respect
on his
Steve
name.
Bruce. Doing
But
shit that
you
Benitez
said-
couldn't fucking dream
You
of.
know, in that video, predictions video, you said Bruce was better than Benitez.
Stand by it.
Yes. Nothing like Steve doubling down on something. I absolutely adore that. Dig your
Rafa
heels in.
Benitez had a far better team. And they absolutely fucking emu him off, right?
Yeah.
Gash.
Yeah, if you don't know what
Gash
emuing
manager.
off means, then to you.
That's on you, innit? Steve Bruce is doing miracles up there. And I don't know why they're not having him.
Does Rio know Steve Bruce? Surely he does. He knows Mike Ashley, doesn't he? Can't he
think that's a
bring him
dangerous
down
topic.
here with us, please? I want to interview Stevie Bruce.
I'd love to interview Steve Bruce, especially about 1991.
Just about everything. I love him. Because how can you go?
Do you know what? People are going to think I do drugs. I've manscaped my schnoz and it's growing back really weird.
It's like when you
It's not even, this isn't a
trim your
sponsored video.
pubes and it's just itchy.
Although that would be the sort of read that they really enjoy, but it's proper itchy.
Make that noise again.
Anyway,
Rivals that noise.
so
that
yeah,
noise.
Newcastle did a lot, and I think they was skirting with relegation at times, though.
Yeah.
It looked rough at times. It got meaty for him. to be
It
fair.
did get, because there was one point where they were like 10 points clear of Fulham. And I remember going to Brian going, relax, you're safe, don't worry. And he was like, watch, last day of the season against Fulham, we're going to be battling it out. And you could see that.
When did he finish in the
happening.
end? 14th?
You could see that happening. And
12th?
12th.
Wow.
Heights of 12.
Nearly Europe, kind of.
Nearly Europe.
Well, with the Europa Conference, you're probably about 3 points off it.
Yeah, they were. And I think whoever's in it might donate their spot to them.
Spurs.
Spurs. Shall we talk about Spurs?
Let's talk about Arsenal first.
You want to talk about Arsenal?
Right, so you had
I
an
got
eighth,
them right.
Nailed it.
And all the Arsenal fans. Can I bring up the video to just find some comments?
Oh, there's some hilarious comments. I had you in sixth. I massively overestimated the absolute shit show circus that you fuckers are. Oh my goodness.
So
I was
here's the-
generous in sixth. Eighth. Fucking eighth. Not even David Moyes could put Manchester United in eighth. You believe in this fucking clown?
Do you know what's funny, yeah? Someone
They
said-
caused this. What's funny is that they caused this.
They did.
Emery out. He's out here winning trophies against United. Bastard. And knocking them out. Lol. Right? Arteta in. Wowzers.
Liverpool fans here saying, Man United finished on 66 points last season. Chill, because we put United above them. Someone else said, another Liverpool fan said, wow, the delusion is real.
Yeah.
No Arsenal fans I can find.
Some of the comments are sensational on that video.
Yeah,
Let's
it
link it in the comments below, because if you want to go and read some comments with some people being very rude.
Yeah, why are you being rude to people that got their predictions right? Just why? I don't understand. Like, you know.
I told you you
four,
peaked.
right.
You peaked.
You did.
And don't be like, oh, Van Dijk. Listen, Van Dijk played when Aston Villa smacked you up with 7 goals.
Some might say bad champions. Would you agree?
No, I'd say fucking shit champions.
Can we talk about Arsenal again?
Go on then.
Arsenal, 8th.
What?
Bro, you know what's funny about
How
that?
did they get included
saw
in
that
the
as a
Big Six?
success. Yeah. And they saw that as success. At the end of the season, they saw that as success. Arteta, in his last...
Hang on,
What do you call
am
it?
I better than Arteta?
We'll have to ask. We need Joe here to ask that. Arteta, last interview of the season, said, since January, we've been top 3 sides in England. He genuinely said that. What? Was it John W. Henry who said, what are they smoking over there at the Emirates? Now he's a cunt,
Hell of a line, that.
but I'm going to use his line.
Good line, that. 8th.
8th.
Right, so Brentford got promoted. Congratulations. I am seeing the Ivan Toney links. Love that, by the way. I'm very interested to see what he does in the Premier League next year.
And how their recruitment, because now they're in the Premier League, because
Can
their
you still
recruitment's
moneyball
been
it?
really good.
It's Moneyball.
Yeah. Wonder, will their targets change? Will it be the same, but just better now?
Yeah, are they gonna
like RB
or
Leipzig style?
Are we pulling people in from like the Hungarian second division and he's mint?
Yeah.
I live for this shit.
So
I love
Logger's
that.
legs right back.
Listen, we've all played Footy Manager. We all believe we can moneyball that shit sometimes. No, listen, it's all about the Andorran First Division, son. Right? Brilliant, really, because the game's weighted to all the big leagues like everything is. But that's what Brentford have kind of done. They got to the Premier League in a moneyball model, and Ivan Toney's an absolute fucking gunman, right?
They're like Atletico, them strikers. If you look at the strikers that they've had over the years, Ollie Watkins, Morpay.
Yeah, they've
Toney.
identified. So, anyway, so now Brentford are in the Prem. You got Chelsea in London. You got Brentford, basically London. You got Spurs. You got West Ham.
West Ham.
Arsenal
West
are
Ham
only just about sixth in London, let alone in the country.
And West Ham are the second best team in London. That's crazy.
All they need is Crystal Palace to have like an half-decent season with Nuno if that's who goes there next year. And you are honestly not even in the Big Six in London. Beds.
Steve, we predicted Leeds 11th and 12th. The Arsenal finished higher. Where can he take Leeds next season? Can he do a David O'Leary?
No.
Get him into Europe?
No, because their recruit... He's doing great things with a championship team. There are 3 Premier League level players in that team.
Name him. Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I think Bamford and...
Rafinha.
Rafinha's probably one as well, maybe 4.
Would you take Rafinha? One word answer? A lot of people, United fans, always talk about him.
Possibly.
It's a good answer. Might join Cantona and Irwin and Rio. As the,
Is it McQueen and Jordan? It's good
bit
shopping
older
at
than me,
Leeds.
that. Yeah.
Not so much with
Good
Alan
feeder
Smith.
club. There used to be a T-shirt that was sold on the stores outside Old Trafford that said Leeds United Feeder Club with all the players that we signed coming.
And look who we sent the other way. Lee Sharp. Fair trade?
else?
Fair trade. There must be.
Did Leeds go straight to Leeds or did he go Bradford first?
I think he went straight to Leeds.
Oh, because he played for Bradford as well, didn't he? I didn't imagine that.
I think so.
Yeah, that Bradford side was mental. Yeah, so Leeds. What about, we spoke about Arsenal, they're shit, we know about that. Mourinho at Spurs. Now, I predicted 6th. You predicted 5th. We got them wrong. They finished below where we predicted, which kind of shows we were right about Jose, though, doesn't it? Even though we got the positions wrong, we were right about Jose. And it's because we had the Jose.
I didn't
in
think
our
the
lives.
wheels had come off it this fast.
It kind of was microwaved fast because of COVID and then the break and then having another season and him rocking up at people's houses and telling them to come jogging with him in the morning and all that. Like, that happened. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It was Danny Rose.
And Ndombele.
And
And it might have been Danny Rose. But it took him to
Danny Rose was the one who was like fucking shouting at in a park. Guy's just sitting there eating a fucking Pret and he's like, Jose Mourinho. It's definitely not Jose Mourinho. Why would Jose Mourinho? It's fucking Jose Mourinho. No way. Not Danny Rose as well.
Pret rely on people. Like, there's so many Prets about. They rely on people like
Prets
me.
or Prats?
Both. They rely on people like me who get bored looking for lunch and then just going, oh, I'll just go here again. You know, that's literally how you end up at Pret, innit?
Swedish meatball wrap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that, what is it? Jazzberry something?
Excuse me?
Pastry. They got a pastry with blackcurrant and all that stuff in there. It's banging. Pret, if you want to sponsor Mckola and Howson Uncensored, you know what to do. Give me that call.
Send us the balls of meat.
Now, Leicester on the other hand.
Leicester surprised us both. You more than me.
Well, yeah, but they should have finished top 4, bro. We shouldn't have had our top 4s correct.
No, Brendan Rodgers absolutely fucked it up.
Did he fuck it up, or did
Yeah, he did.
as he made them better, and therefore we expect more of them?
He's another manager. No, because they were. I mean, go through their 11. It's probably on par with United's.
Their midfield I can accept.
Well better.
Other positions,
Way
I
more
can't
balance.
accept. We just took their
Jamie
80 million
Vardy, right,
defender.
is equally as good as Cavani. Definitely is.
Vardy starts for us all day.
Yeah. Wingers, consider we don't have a fucking right winger. Yes. So, I mean, and even in defence, certainly at the start of the season, and you know, Johnny Evans is what Lindelof wishes he was.
Yeah, but we bought Harry Maguire.
I know. Is that when it happened? And Kasper Schmeichel versus the merry-go-round of De Gea and Henderson. There's not much in it. I think it's on
I'd
a
take
par.
Casper over both right now.
It's on par. It's
Probably not
massively
over, yeah.
on par, the two 11s. So the fact that he had them in the top four, okay, wins an FA Cup, I'm sure that's a great... It is a great... I'm not sure. It is. It is a great... It's a great achievement. It's
Would
a
you have
good
rather had
trophy.
Leicester season or our season?
Oh, ours. We've done the not finishing in the top four and winning a cup. Yeah. And football... Here's the... Right, and this is a contradiction because...
Would you rather have City season or Chelsea season?
Fuck.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that is a hard one.
Giggity.
I don't know.
Who do you think had a better season then?
Out of?
Not which one would you rather? Do you think Chelsea had a better season or City had a better season?
I'm going to say Chelsea had a... It's going to feel like a better season.
Two shouts, Chelsea had a better season.
Yeah. If you're a Chelsea fan, you love this season because it looked like it was going one way and then it ended up being the best it could have possibly been. You was never win the league after Christmas, but you could have won the Champions League and you did. Whereas Manchester City, you could have won the fucking lot, but you're shit house and you're taking your speedboat home. Unlucky. You won a league and a League Cup like Pellegrini did.
Might as well be Celtic, bro.
Or Rangers.
Yeah, outrageous. She. I predicted United to finish top. 21 never came.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
But I was close, wasn't I?
No.
I was close. Come on.
No.
Come on, guys. Everyone laughed at me saying United won't finish top four.
Me too.
United won't finish fourth. United won't finish third. We finished top two.
However,
we
though,
finished above Liverpool. And
look at mine. Kapow!
yeah, but that's because you're a bottle job, mate. You were telling me when we walked into that shoot that day, we're going to win the league.
No, I wasn't.
We're going to win the league.
You
mate.
didn't hear that.
And then
once
you
all
made me
season.
think, yo, he's right, we're going to win the league. And then I said it, and you bottled it.
No, look at that. Pow! City winning it. Even when United was top and City was like all over the gaff, I was like, this is City's to lose. I did not think they would win 21 games on the bounce. That's fucking impressive, despite how much he spent. United second, because I genuinely believed it. I genuinely believed that Liverpool was going to crumble, and I thought Lampard shit. I didn't anticipate them getting Tuchel, so I didn't see all those permutations. But I thought this United team could stretch itself and do that, and we did.
We got the top fours right. Obviously, you got it bang on. I got mine switch around United and City. But that is good. So for these people in August, when we're doing our next predictions, trying to come around here running your mouth, telling us, oh, Arsenal need to be higher when we put them 10th. Go fuck yourself. When we put United at the top of the league, go fuck yourself. Yeah? When we put Liverpool 6th, go fuck yourself. All right? And when we relegate West Ham again... Actually, we won't do that.
Give us a big call. I'm going to relegate someone bananas like Burnley this year.
I think that's a shout. And you would have looked mental last year if we put Sheffield United in the bottom three. But now
On the season that they had, yeah.
the only thing with Burnley is I trust Sean Dyche to do enough throughout the course.
I
of the
think
season.
someone's going to go tits up there and he's going to bounce. And that's why they're going to be relegated.
Because he must get frustrated at, all right, now I want to push on. And when you see West Ham, all these other teams, all right, West Ham are a bigger club, but still, like, it must be quite frustrating to be Burnley manager. And like, didn't Fulham spend 100 mil? Villa spent 100 mil.
Yeah,
like,
who's getting sucked into that then? So I think Burnley,
Palace, if they don't get their managerial changes right.
Yeah, they could. I think Newcastle,
Brighton, if they lose Potter.
Yeah, I mean, do you think someone like Spurs would come in for him? That would be a shout.
There's talk about Conte at the minute, isn't there? Do you see Conte putting Spurs in that top four?
He's a fucking good manager, but I don't know. And that's the thing. I saw your argument with Rory. Rory's clearly got posters of him on the wall still. But to a certain extent, I think he's been pretty consistent with that. I think he loved Conte when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And I think he was pretty sad to see him go. He was successful in England. He's a fucking loon, right? Conte, not Rory.
I'm right in saying he wouldn't be a good choice for United, isn't it?
No, and that's the thing, is certain managers suit certain clubs, and like it or not, Solskjaer is a better fit for this football club. Now, I say this all the time, identity and how you want your club to look and be represented. Do I think Conte is a better manager than Ole? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, same.
Do I think he's a better fit for Manchester United, though? No.
Yeah, same.
And I think that's the fundamental thing of this, is that you have to get the right fit. You've seen the wrong fit go. Jose Mourinho was the wrong fit. And I also don't think Conte... Look at who he signed for Inter Manchester United, right? Young, Sanchez,
Darmian.
Lukaku, right?
Okay.
Old Premier League players. Do you think Mason Greenwood's getting a game for him? Do you think any of them youngsters are getting... Do you think Amad Diallo's got any hope whatsoever of playing for him?
We're probably back on linked with Perisic and all them again.
Undoubtedly. And do you know what? Does he bring you short-term success? Very likely.
I actually think he would be a good fit for Spurs, though. If you look at the fullbacks that they've got, the Reguilons and all them.
If they lose Kane, though, they're in the shit.
Yeah, but he could go.
How far do
Lukaku,
they...
you want to come?
Ooh. How far does... okay, let's say they don't get Lukaku. How far does Spurs drop if they try and replace Kane with, I don't know...
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Ivan Toney. Oh, yeah, go on. Who do you think they got? Calvert-Lewin's one shout.
Gabriel Jesus, been spoken about. Is there anyone abroad you could go and get?
One of the Dembeles.
I think
there's loads of them.
It depends, because if you get more goals, if you get a striker that scores less goals than Harry Kane, which is most likely going to be the case, but you get another winger who's going to chip in with 10.
Yeah.
It might.
Or you get, like you said, maybe a Calvert-Lewin, leads the line in a certain way, allows Son and Mora to do extra work. That might be a more functional attack. I actually think, for a time, they looked better without Harry Kane. I don't think that was necessarily the case this year. But
Yeah, when they had
was a
Son, because Son looked a lot better.
Son's quality.
Yeah, he is, even though he cries all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Cries when he gets sent off. Cries when he gets a finger in his eye. Cries when he loses against Man United, even though they lost the week before against some other shit team. Cries all the time, bruv.
Loves a cry.
Cry.
And even cheers, Son's crying. It's not even a funny joke anymore. It's been done to death.
And
Stop crying.
I know someone's going to comment, Adam, toxic masculinity. Bruno cried. Yeah, after he lost the cup final. And even then, embarrassing us. Like, bro.
So go on.
Son kicked someone in the balls, got sent off. Guess who started crying? Not the fella that got kicked in the balls, the geezer that got sent off.
I cried watching him get kicked in. Anyway, right. Well, how far does Spurs drop? Past Arsenal? Because they could be.
Do you think St. Tatteringham's Day happens again next year then? Is that what they call it?
Who cares?
Will Arsenal finish above Spurs next year? No. Conte's better than Arteta.
Yeah. Fact. If they're getting Conte, you're putting a lot into this. What if they get Potter? Still better than Arteta.
Yes.
What if they get Nuno? I could see Nuno going to Spurs.
Still better than Arteta.
Still better than Arteta. Yeah, good point. Well made.
Arsenal will probably have a better team if Harry Kane leaves, but I still think.
Very interesting permutation that for next year. Very interesting.
What about Wolves? Could they be the one that go down? You know how we've gone.
Who've they got as a manager?
They could be the surprise one to go down. I don't know who the fella is.
They've got some banging players though, haven't they, though?
They have, but Ruben Neves leaving for apparently 25, 30 mil.
I know, that's mental, isn't it? Honestly, let's look at some of the players that, like, I haven't spoke about it because I'm trying to hold my bodily fluids inside me, right? But Sal Niguez could be going on the cheap. You could have Neves going on the cheap. You could literally just upgrade United's midfield in 2 phone calls, like that. Bosh. And if United don't, someone's gonna. And probably overtake us, like Heverton. Who did they go for after Ancelotti?
We've been talking about Moyes, but
Nuno could be a good fit there as well.
Nuno would probably be a better fit because he'd get the investment there.
Yeah.
I think.
There could be a hell of a merry-go-round about to happen. What if it is someone like Conte going to Everton? Ooh.
If you were Conte, where do you go?
Paris. Fuck that idiot off.
Nah, but Poch I don't think is leaving now. So where do you go in England if you're Conte? So Everton phone you, Wolves phone you, Spurs
Crystal Palace
phone
are on the phone, but, can't get through.
Crystal Palace are on the phone, but you're on the phone to Spurs.
I think new stadium, hell of a squad at the moment, good academy, Everton.
Spurs fans were like, talking about us.
No.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance that Conte probably does go London.
Yeah. He probably got a home there still and all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does fix games and wear a wig though.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
It's alleged that he wears a wig.
Well, we know City won the league. Fuck that. Who would you player of the year this year? Who do you think the most important player in the Premier League was this year for their team? It's a different question, that, isn't it?
Yeah, for their team. Ooh.
Jack Grealish? 'Cause look how shit they were with that.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I thought Dean Smith was on course to be like manager of the year for a long time. Then Grealish got injured. And you're like, oh, actually, I'm not.
Maybe Grealish should be manager of the year. Bruno, Ruben Diaz. They're the main shouts that come out, aren't they?
Bruno's transformed United in a way that Diaz hasn't necessarily transformed City.
But he didn't have to.
He didn't have to transform him. He's been very good in a good team.
Do you rate Diaz then?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know. Devo, that Liverpool snuck in third.
It's our fault as well, that.
What, mine and yours?
Yeah.
Fucking hell did we do?
Basically, we get blamed for everything, innit? United lost against them. Our fault.
Another fucking apology video. Sorry, Liverpool came third.
Player of the year? Go.
Jesse Lingard.
Yes. And the fact he ain't going to the Euros. Fuck
Honestly.
Gareth Southgate.
Honestly, I've just done a video. Go check it out. It's why England will fail.
Did you just go Gareth Southgate and finish the video?
What?
Did you just say Gareth Southgate?
No, I had a bit more to it than that. It was fairly lengthy, actually, but there's reasons. I actually didn't go into how much of a shitbag he is, but...
Awful, mate.
Shit
Awful.
bag.
You know when I knew he was a shitbag? When he... The whole
96?
treatment of Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
And then... But from bringing Mason Greenwood in, making him sit in front of the press, and then just dishing him to the side after that thing. Gareth Southgate, you waistcoat-wearing bellend.
Who should be England manager?
Jose Mourinho. Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers isn't a bad idea.
Um,
Imagine how the shit he'd come out with because he was bored, though. Because he's not got a day job. Yeah. It's a £5 million a year part-time job. What the fuck?
it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the highest paid manager job in the world.
Who would be good with that team? An Ancelotti?
You're not getting him now, are you?
No, but we're not changing managers anyway, are we?
No. The thing is, they went with the safe appointment. Gareth Southgate, a proper England boy, just...
He's just a yes man, isn't he? Yeah. Manager of the year? Did we even say player of the year? Jesse Lingard, yeah.
Jesse Lingard.
Manager of the year?
Potter. What? I thought, with the team he had, he outperformed the most. And I think you give him a striker, don't fucking look at him like that. You give him a striker, he does bits.
I feel like you're just being a hipster now, and like this is what like.
Did he get him relegated?
Look,
No.
I think he's
And
done
I
a
had
good
him
job.
getting relegated.
I think
So
he's
there
done a
you
good job. But
Exceeded
I
my
then think
expectations.
it's one step too far, or maybe
All right,
more
if
steps
you
too far.
go,
To
who
go.
exceeded my expectations the most? Moyes. He exceeded all our
I
expectations.
think that is the best solution for manager of the year. Yeah. So come on, Davy Moore. Did we let him go too soon?
Fuck off.